BLUF Gaming here with a quick enchanting tutorial for the game Cardlife, an early access game which just released on Steam yesterday. In Cardlife you can enchant your items, but the first thing you have to do is build an enchanting table. They're not terribly difficult to build. You can find them under crafting tables in your crafting menu. And they just take a bit of wood, coarse hides, fiber, and dull magic essences. An easy way to get dull magic essences is by killing dryads, but if you want to fight some imps or goblins, you can get them that way as well. Once you have your enchanting table, you need to make sure you have some materials, and you can see what materials you need in the enchanting table. For instance, if you wanted to enchant your sword, just put it in the slot here, and then find the enchantment you want, and it will tell you what the materials are that you need. You typically need another magic essence, 10 gems of some sort, and 2 unique drops off a particular type of animal. Any 10 gems don't necessarily match up with any 2 unique drops, so be sure to choose your enchantment and know which pair you need before you start the process. Gems are fairly easy to find underground, and of course the unique drops come from the animals and creatures around the world. You can enchant items such as tools and weapons, all of your armor, and several accessories. Of note, you cannot enchant these souls or your compass. Some items I expect that you will already have by the time you're ready to enchant. You can enchant accessories, and if you're wondering where to get accessories like these, just take a look in your crafting menus or in your forge. As you can see in your crafting menu under accessories, if you use better materials, you'll get a better enchant material bonus, which means more of a benefit from whatever enchantment you get. As you can see here, wooden items give you 10%, and stone items give you 15%. So stone's going to be about 50% better than wood. Obviously, you can go up to copper, iron, and above to get a much better bonus, and you can find a menu for making those in your forge. That's your bottom line up front. If you'd like to see us go through step by step from scratch and enchant some items, just stick around after the details. Thanks for sticking around. If you're new to BLUF Gaming, BLUF stands for bottom line up front. That's because we get all the important information, the bottom line, out of the way right off the bat in the beginning of the video. Then if you want more detail, you can stick around to this point after the intro, and we go through step by step and do everything that we covered in the beginning. So, without further ado, let's start off by building an enchanting table, which we'll need if we're going to enchant anything at all. I have a platform here, and I'm going to place my enchanting table on that, but first I need to make one. Just open your inventory, and you can either type in enchanting table, or you can go to your crafting tables and find it there. As you can see, we need 20 wood, 4 coarse hides, 12 fiber, and 4 dull magic essence. We have all of that except for the magic essence. Getting wood and fiber and hides were covered in an earlier tutorial of mine. However, I didn't cover dull magic essence. Those are rather easy to find. You just need to go kill some sort of mystical creatures. So let's go look for some dryads. They're both rather easy to kill. They drop good meat that you can eat, and they drop dull magic essences. You can usually find dryads somewhere in a forest during the daytime, so that's where we'll be going. Sounds like we got a deer who also wants to hunt for the dryads, but I don't have any time for that right now. Right now, this tutorial is what's most important. Okay, after a good bit of running and way too much raw meat being eaten, I finally found some dryads. I can see their wings flapping past those Pimus right there. Of course, one of these Pimus is elite, and while we're not afraid of him, I've never seen a Pimu soul before because Pimus are rather weak. So let's go ahead and take a look at that while we're on the way. Oh, Mr. Pimu, I know you're just trying to guard the lives of those dryads we're after, but we're more interested in your soul. Not a bad soul, really. Okay, let's go ahead and finish off these dryads and get those dull magic essences that we need. There's a bear over there, and rather than pulling the bear, I'm gonna just take a shot at them and have them come to me. Oh, Pimu's revenge. Knight of the Pimu. The Pimu and Dryad team up against the evil cardboard man who's been terrorizing their forest. So you saw after we defeated that Dryad, we got another one of the dull magic essences. We just need 2 more so we can make our table. Something I want to point out right now, you saw that we also got a Dryad wing. This is an enchanting material that you can use in certain types of enchantments. Once we get the table, we'll look at those more closely. Most animals in the game and most creatures in the game have some sort of unique drop that only comes from them that can be used for enchanting. The only creature I've never seen drop something like that is a Pimu, and I wouldn't be surprised if that is corrected in the near future. Okay, we got our 4th magic essence, so we can make our enchanting table. Great. Now let's go back to the platform we made and see what this thing can do. Alright, we're back at our platform. Let's sit that enchanting table down and take a look. Very nice indeed. So let's open it up and take a look here. Drag and drop item to enchant. You can actually take any of your equipment, or you can take certain types of accessories and put those in a slot. Whatever item you put here is the item that you'll get to enchant. So if I put the helmet here, you see we can have up to 3 different enchantments put on it. But because of where we are in the game right now and the type of helmet we can only have 1 enchantment currently. You can scroll through the different enchantments that are possible here, and you see that each one requires 10 gems and then 2 of one of those unique drops that you get from mobs. Once you have all the materials necessary, you can click enchant and you'll see that your item becomes enchanted and gains some sort of advantage. Here we would be getting a combat health regen bonus of 0.15%. Early in the game, however, I don't recommend that you enchant your armor. Armor doesn't last terribly long, typically only about 100 to 200 fights before it's destroyed, and there's currently no way to repair your items, so armor is pretty short-lived. Instead, I recommend that you enchant accessories. So let's take a look at some accessories. One you probably already know about is your compass. Unfortunately, the compass can't be enchanted. There are other accessories, however. If we look at our crafting menu and we go to accessories, we see that we can make a few different wood and stone accessories. This one says enchant material bonus 10% and this one says 15%. They take the same materials to be enchanted, however you'll get a bigger bonus from a higher quality accessory. So rather than make wooden or stone accessories, let's go to our forge and see if we can make some that are slightly better. Okay, here we are at the forge. Let's take a look at the accessories here. You see now we have more options. Stone and wood are still in your regular crafting menu, but here we can make copper, iron, gold, or even tungsten and cobalt accessories. What I'm going to do is take an iron accessory and a copper accessory, enchant them both with the same enchantment so we can see the difference that we actually get. Alright, let's take a look. First, let's put in this Iron Talisman, and we're going to do the Combat Health Regen enchantment. And next, we're going to take a Copper Band and do the same enchantment there. Unfortunately, it says we need another Dull Magic Essence, so let's go grab one of those real quick. Okay, we're back, and we have more Dull Magic Essences. Let's enchant this Copper Band. Great. So, if we look at the Copper Band, we see that we get a health regeneration bonus of 0.2%. Well, this is going to happen during combat, which normally you don't get. So it is a nice bonus to have, even though out of combat, 0.2% increase in regeneration wouldn't really do that much. The Iron one gets 0.25%. Now while all of this might seem like it's pretty self-explanatory, you do need to watch out that not everything is a direct translation. For instance, while the enchantment we were just doing offers you an enchantment bonus of 1/100th of whatever the enchant material bonus is for the item, some of them actually differ a bit. As you can see here, the armor penetration bonus actually gives you 2% bonus for a 15% item. So you want to consider the scale that your different items will get before you decide what enchantments to take. Finally, one thing you might be wondering is where to get the gems. Well, you probably already guessed that you can get gems by going underground, so let's go take a look. Here's a cave I've been exploring, and if we go down deep, we can start to see gems as we go down. They're not very common, but they're also not terribly rare. Looks like we have a guardian of the gem, so let's take him out before we go further. Here we go. There's several different types of gem, as you saw in the enchanting table, but whenever you find them underground, usually you will get 2 or 3 of the gems from each place that you harvest. And the good news is, this gem that I just harvested will be back before too long. So you don't have to worry about finding different diamond locations all over the world just to make one enchantment. Finding 1 or 2 should be enough for your needs. In case you're curious, bonuses are additive in this game rather than multiplicative. In some games where bonuses are multiplicative, they can either have a positive or a negative effect depending on how they apply the bonuses. For instance, if you have a weapon that does 100 damage and then you have an item that boosts it 50%, well now it does 150 damage. If you add another item that say adds 10%, would that increase you to 160%? Would it increase to 175%? Or would it increase you to 155%? All 3 of those are possible depending on how the multiplicative bonuses are applied or additive bonuses are used instead. Cardlife uses additive bonuses. So you simply just add the bonuses of all the items you wear and it will be represented down here. So in this instance, we should expect to have a 0.45 combat health regen bonus once we wear both items. And here we have it. I hope this was helpful for you. I'm not going to be making a lot of Cardlife tutorials as a lot of the information is self-explanatory, but if there are any topics you'd like for me to cover in Cardlife, let me know in the comments and we'll see if we can get around to it. Also, if you like this content, just hit the like button or subscribe if you want to see more. Of course, you could dislike as well, but if you do that, I'm going to talk to the devs of this game in Discord and convince them to increase the amount of food you have to eat in this game. Because if you play Cardlife, you know it's already way too much. Thanks for watching Bottom Line Up Front. See you next time.